Okay, hello everyone. Today we will start with chapter 3, which has the name of giving instructions. It is really simple chapter. At least at the beginning of this chapter, it is easy. In this chapter, we'll be discussing how to paragraphs, which is a new type of paragraphs. Okay, we before discussed listing order paragraphs, but here we will be introducing new paragraph, which is how to paragraphs. Then we will talk about listing and outlining, which is the same as clustering and pre-writing technique. Then we will move to independent and dependent clauses. And this is really important to understand it because it is absolutely full grammar. And you really have to understand these two things, which are the independent clause and the dependent clause. After we finish with independent and dependent clause, we will discuss the complex sentences. The complex sentence, just a hint, it is compound of one independent clause and one dependent clause. After that, we will talk about fragments, which are a mistake or an error that is found, or occurs at the complex sentences. After that, we'll finish the chapter and we'll be talking about another rules of capitalization and 4 rules of commas, where to put the commas. So this chapter is really important, okay? Okay, how to paragraphs. How to paragraphs, they are paragraphs that give instructions. So they give you some instruction. Instruction about what? Instructions, they explain how to do or to make something. So they give you an instruction how to make something, anything that comes in your mind, or how to do something, okay? These things need some instruction. So you focus and memorize well that how to paragraphs, they give instructions. Examples of how to paragraphs: how to make a nice graduation party, how to travel abroad, or how to finish the university in 3 years. If you focus well, you see that in how to paragraph, the title, the title or the topic must consist of the word or the 2 words, how to. This is how we know that this is a how to paragraph. It must consist how to make a nice graduation party. And we will see this more often in the later paragraphs. Anyhow, how to write a how to paragraph or a good how to paragraph. Okay, this is just a hint, an orientation, a few simple steps, then we will dig in them. Okay, we will deep more. First, begin with a topic sentence that names the topic and says what the paragraph will give instructions about. So obviously, this kind of paragraphs is not that different of a simple paragraph or a listing order paragraph, okay? Because it is the same thing, but the difference here that this paragraph or this type of paragraphs, it just gives instructions, okay? So you bring the topic, then you write a topic sentence, okay? After that, in the topic sentence, you will say what the paragraph will give instructions about, not what the paragraph will discuss, and not what the paragraph will show or prove. It just gives instructions. Second, you divide the instructions to steps. And this is obvious because at the previous lecture or the previous meeting, we said that there is the rule of unity, which means that the whole paragraph must talk about one something, and you must also divide the paragraph into steps, and you must talk about each step separately. So here it's also the same thing. Divide the instructions to steps, main steps, okay, using the time order transition signals. In the previous chapter, which is chapter 2, we discussed the listing order transition signals. And they are not that different from time order transition signals. They are actually the same, but time order transition signals are used for paragraphs that introduce instructions or talk about instructions. We will talk about this later. For examples, as we can see right now, next, first do this, next do that, after that do this. So as you can see, here are instructions and steps. Okay, it tells you, okay, what to do. Okay, note well, for other topics, paragraphs, for other paragraphs or topics, you can use listing order transition signals. For the paragraphs that are proving something or that are describing something, you can use listing order transition signals. But for the paragraphs that are labeled with how to paragraphs that give instructions, you have to use the time order transition signals. The third step, you explain each step, okay, separately or one by one, explain each step one by one. So you have like 4 steps. First, you talk about the first step, you end, you start talking about the second step separately without mentioning the previous step, and so on. You talk about each step separately. So it is the same as the previous ones, the previous paragraphs. The last step, use time order transition signals to introduce each new step. So whenever you have a new step, a main step, not with every step, you have to use time order transition signals, just with main steps. We will be discussing this also previously. Right now, we're just giving some hints and orientations. Okay, let's focus or let's analyze this paragraph. Notes the previous steps in the following paragraphs. We said, okay, that we have to begin with a topic sentence that names a topic and says what the paragraph will give instructions about. Let's read first the topic and the topic sentence and look closely and analyze. How to have a successful garage sale. Prepare ahead in order to have a successful garage sale. So obviously here is the topic sentence, prepare ahead in order to have a successful garage sale. And it names the topic, a successful garage sale. And it tells you that this paragraph will give instructions about how you can have a successful garage sale. Okay, so we have a topic which is a little bit long, how to have a successful garage sale. And in the topic, we are mentioning the title again, the topic sentence, we are mentioning the title again, and we say that this paragraph will give an instruction in order to have a successful garage sale. The next step, we said that we have to divide the instructions to steps, main steps, using the time order transition signals. First, do this, etc. Okay, then we will explain each step one by one separately, and we will use time order transition signals to introduce each new step. So we have to do here in analyzing, right now we will do 3 things. We will see the main steps, and we will see that with each main step, we have a time order transition signal, and we will see that every main step will be discussed separately from the step before or from the step after. Okay, let's continue reading. First, collect used items in good condition. These items can be clothes, toys, books, dishes, lamps, furniture, TVs, pictures, and sporting goods. Okay? Clean everything well and store it in your garage until the day of the sale. Okay. We see that here is a main step, which is collecting used items in a good condition. Then it explains that these items can be clothes, etc. Then, okay, it didn't use another transition signal before clean everything well, because it is not a main point, but it is a consequence, or it is a related idea to the first main point. So don't use with each new step a transition signal. No, use it only with main steps. So we finished with collecting used items. After that, we move to the next step, which is next. Decide on a day and time for your sale. Okay, so this is the next step. Third, decide on the prices and mark a price on each item. If you are not sure how much to charge, check the prices at other garage sales in your community. Okay, so it discussed decide on a day and time for your sale. So it discussed the settings, okay? It told you that you have to pick a day and a time. And it discussed it separately. The third, okay, the third step, he told you that to decide the prices. So it didn't mention it in the second step, but it discussed it separately. So it is a main point. After that, we have the fourth step, which is make signs advertising the date, time, and address of your sale and put them up around your neighborhood. Okay, here it talks about advertising, okay? And it talks about it separately. Then get some change from the bank, get at least $20 in $1 bills, a roll of quarters, and a roll of dimes. Finally, get up early on the morning of the sale and arrange the items on tables in your driveway and in your garage. After that, sit back and wait for your customers to arrive. Okay, as you can see, we don't say first, second, third, fourth. No, we use new transition signals, which if you focused well, next, after that, and then. When you see these transition signals, you know that this paragraph will give you instructions, or it is giving you instructions actually. It tells you that first you do this, after that you do that, and every step is discussed separately. So you must know, okay, that this kind of paragraphs, which is how to paragraph, is only written for things that need instructions. Not a simple things, not to explain, not to prove, no, things that need instructions. We will be facing more paragraphs and giving examples, okay? Okay, right now we'll be deeping in the concluding sentence and the topic sentence. Anyhow, the topic sentence with the concluding sentence in this type of paragraphs are a little bit different ones. So let's discuss them holistically. Let's deep and okay in these two sentences, the topic sentence with the concluding sentence. And you see that I didn't say they are wholly different. No, they are a little bit different. So in the topic sentence, the topic part, if you still remember the second chapter, we said that the topic sentence is consisted of two things, the topic and the controlling idea. So in the topic part, it names the topic, and this is obviously, which is well known. It is the same thing, okay, as in chapter 2. We said that the topic, it names just, okay, the topic or the title. The controlling idea, they tell the reader what is the learned topic. In the controlling idea, when the reader reads it, he knows that this paragraph will learn me, okay, it will teach me, or it will give me some instructions about this and that, about a specific topic. So it doesn't give like hints about the whole paragraph. No, it will tell you that this paragraph will give you instructions about this specific topic. For example, in the previous paragraph, the topic sentence, okay, was prepare ahead in order to have a successful garage sale. So here you understand that the topic is a garage sale, a successful garage sale, okay? The controlling idea, it tells you and it dictates on you to how to prepare in order to have a successful one. So it tells you to prepare ahead in order to have a successful one, okay? So it gives you some hints that this paragraph will give you instructions. And obviously you can read that from the title, that the title was how to have a successful garage sale. So you obviously know that it will give you some instructions. Here are some examples of the topic sentences in how to paragraph for the previous topics. Or not for the previous topics, I mean for the later topics. Here we have a topic, how to make a nice graduation party. The topic sentence will be follow these steps to have a nice graduation party. Okay, you must here focus on the words that in italic, okay? Because these words are some words that are used in a how-to topic sentence. Follow these steps to have a nice graduation party. And if you follow these instructions, okay, and by following these pieces of advice. These are some words or some sentences, pieces of sentences that are used in the topic sentence of how-to paragraphs. So the first topic was how to make a nice graduation party. The topic sentence is follow these steps to have a nice graduation party. The second topic or the second title was how to travel abroad. The topic sentence is it is too easy to travel abroad if you follow these instructions. So whether you follow these instructions, you will find it easy to travel abroad. So I will give you some instructions. So it is obvious. How to finish the university in 3 years. Anyone can finish the university in 3 years by following these pieces of advice. Okay, if you focused well, you don't have only to say the topic, okay, and move on. No, you can add some words, such as anyone can finish the university in 3 years. Okay, by the way, the topic was only how to finish the university in 3 years, so you're not restricted, okay? You are free to add some new words. And also, it is too easy to travel abroad, okay? So don't restrict yourself with the topic. You can add some words to make the topic sentence more attractive or beautiful. I think these examples are really clear, and you have to focus on the words in italic to use them in a topic sentence. Okay, in the concluding sentence, we discussed the topic sentence, and we said that the topic mentions, etc., etc. Right now, we'll be talking about the concluding sentence. The concluding sentence, it mentions the topic again to remind the reader what the paragraph was about. So it just mentions, okay, to remind you that we were talking about giving instruction about this specific topic. Okay, exemplifying, these are some examples for the same topics, okay? How to make a nice graduation party, the concluding sentence. Now you have the nicest graduation party to celebrate. So it is not that hard, okay? But it is really easy. So you say just a simple sentence, okay? A really nice sentence that just to remind your reader of the whole topic. Now you have the nicest graduation party to celebrate. How to travel abroad. If you follow these instructions, you will be able to travel abroad easily. How to finish the university in 3 years. In no time at all, you will finish the university in 3 years, and you will be able to start your vacational period. So you can understand that the concluding sentence is only reminding the reader or reminds the reader of the topic of the paragraph. It doesn't add anything, okay? And it's not that complex, it's not that hard. It is easy, it is really easy. Just write any nice sentence, I mean. So you remind your reader of the whole paragraph. Okay, right now let's talk about something more important, which is the listening order signals and the time order signals. Before, in the chapter 2, we discussed the listening order signals. But what is the difference between the two? Okay, in time order signals, we use them when steps in instruction paragraphs. Okay, we use them just with steps in an instruction paragraph. Okay, so we don't use them with any simple paragraph. No, in any simple paragraph that explains and proves, we use listing order signals. But time order signals, we use them with instruction paragraphs. Especially in how-to paragraphs, because they need a specific order. Okay, listing order signals, use them when the order doesn't matter, okay? And actually, they don't differ a lot, the listing order signals and the time order signals. Okay, the listing order signals, they are first of all, second, third, in addition, also, and finally. But the time order signals, they are the same. The only thing that differs is next and after that and then. Okay, these are the only three things that are added to the time order signals. So they are the same as listing order signals, but with new three things. Okay, these transition signals usually come at the beginning of the sentence. Okay, moreover, a comma must follow all of them, and we know that obviously because we discussed them in chapter 2. But however, then is an expectation, okay, or an exception, because we don't put a comma after it. It is not followed by a comma. First of all, save some money. We put a period, then we say then without putting a comma, then buy the gift. Also, you can use anytime expression as a transition signal, such as before you buy a gift, in the night, during your traveling, etc. Right now, I'll be giving some examples about the time expressions, okay? Before you buy a gift, save some money. About the time expressions, they mention a period of time. Like before you buy a gift, in that time, in the night, in the time of the night, don't read too much. During your traveling, at the time if you're traveling, drink a lot of water, okay? So they mention some time. And obviously, the comma also matters here. Save some money before you buy a gift. Don't read too much in the night. We don't put a comma in these sentences. And this will be more obvious when we discuss complex sentences, okay? But I am restricted by the book because it mentioned these things first before mentioning the complex sentence, which are the time expressions, okay? So whenever we take the complex sentences, this thing will be more easier. Okay, here is another piece of advice. Don't put a transition signal in every new sentence. Use them in the important steps, not with every step. And I think I said that before, that don't use transition signals with every step. Use them with the main step. The subsequences or the related ideas of the main idea, it doesn't need a new transition signal. Just start it without using any transition signals. Okay, typically listing is the same as free writing. Okay, after we finished listing time order signals, transition signals, and we talked about the concluding sentence and the topic sentence, right now we'll be taking some new thing, which is listing and outlining. And it is really easy. It is just a pre-writing technique. It is just like the listing and free writing, okay? Listing is just like free writing, which we took, I think, in chapter 1, which is also a pre-writing technique. Yes, and we took clustering. We took free writing in chapter 1, and we took clustering in chapter 2. Right now, we'll be taking listing, and it is the same idea, but with some changes, but with a different shape or form. Anyhow, it has the same idea, so don't get perplexed. Don't get complicated, okay? It has the same idea, but with a new form. The idea is very simple. Actually, it is just like the brainstorming process. You just bring ideas, okay? Just write down all the ideas that come to your mind with their subsequences or their related ideas, then edit and delete what you find not necessary. At the end, it is just a pre-writing activity or a pre-writing technique. So it is just like the free writing and the clustering. You bring some ideas, you think about related ideas, okay, for these main ideas. So you have main idea, and for this main idea, you bring some related ideas. Then you edit these ideas and see what is more important and what is not important. Okay, after that, you put them in a list, because that we called it listing, because you put it in a list. Right now, we have some examples, okay? After you finish the listing process, move to the next step, which is outlining, which is more important, okay? In outlining, you put together all the ideas, okay, all the important ideas after editing and their subsequences that you made in the listing process, side by side in an outline. Of course, there will be sentences, not just ideas. You'll put them in sentences, but they will be in an outline. What is an outline and what is the listing? Right now, we'll see, okay? Here is a listing example and an outline as well for the previous paragraph, which was how to have a successful garage sale. Okay, first I thought about a topic, which is I want to do a successful garage sale. So I write a topic. This is listing, okay? These two examples is for listing. Right now we have listing one, then we edit it, and we have here listing two after the editing process. So we think about ideas. If I want to have a successful garage sale, okay, I must collect used things in a good condition, like clothes, toys, books, old dishes. Okay, I will store them in the garage, clean everything, clean the garage, arrange items, okay, on tables, borrow tables, make signs, put them around the neighborhood. And as you can see, another steps, people don't buy broken or dirty things, so I must clean them. All these ideas are new ideas. In listing two, I edit these ideas and I see what is not important, what must not be written in my paragraph or in my outline, and I deleted it. So clean the garage, okay? I deleted it because I said clean everything. Why should I say clean the garage? When I say clean everything, so I mean that the garage is also included. Borrow table, it is no need to tell the reader to borrow some tables. I told him just arrange items on tables. And so on. I delete not necessary things, such as people don't buy broken or dirty things. Okay, I thought and I found that it's not necessary idea to be written in my paragraph. So I delete it. Ask your friends for help, by price tags, etc., etc. This is the two steps for listing. Then I put them in an outline. Okay, what is outline? This is the outline. So it is just a paragraph, but we don't use the transition signals, okay? We don't use the transition signal. We put the title, how to have a successful garage sale. Then we put the topic sentence. It is easy to have a successful garage sale if you prepare for it ahead of time. So we put the title, we put the topic sentence, then we arrange the ideas that we made on the listing process, and we put them in sentences, in steps, without using the transition signals. We say A, collect used things. So whenever the reader reads them, he understands that these are steps without even using the time transition signals, okay? So it is another kind of a paragraph, but we call it an outline. After that, after we finish the steps, we put a concluding sentence. If you follow all of these steps, your garage sale will be a great success, okay? So an outline, I think we will be taking it in essays, as I heard, I don't know. This is for 2 years university students here. I think we'll be taking it in essays, as I heard, but it is really important. But the thing that you have to know that it is the same as a paragraph. It is the same thing, but you arrange your ideas in separate sentences without using transition signals, and also focus that we don't put periods, okay? After each sentence, we don't put period. We only put periods at the topic sentence and in the concluding sentence. And this is all about listing and outlining. Okay, I think we right now be finishing our lecture, okay? Will be a short lecture today. And we will be continuing tomorrow with the sentence structure because it needs a fresh mind without any perplexing with the older ideas, because we will be talking about dependent clauses and independent clauses. So be ready for tomorrow's lecture, or okay. It is really important for both of you, my friends, and the later, which are first year university, will be talking about independent clauses and dependent clauses. And these are really important to understand the complex sentence. And without even the complex sentence, they are really important because we will be talking about a lot of things. So right now we'll be ending, and hope you all success and good luck.